1942, born as Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. in Louisville, Kentucky. Grows up in the segregated South, forming a deep sensitivity to racial injustice. 1954, begins boxing at age 12 after his bike is stolen. Learns that fighting for respect begins with self-discipline. 1955, Emmett Till is lynched in Mississippi. Young Cassius feels the rage and fear of being a black boy in America. 1959, wins National Golden Gloves Championship. Realizes that excellence in the ring can command respect beyond color lines. 1960, wins Olympic gold in Rome in the light heavyweight division. Feels pride for his country, but returns home to the reality of racism. 1960, allegedly throws his gold medal into the Ohio River after being denied service at a diner. A personal turning point patriotism clashes with lived humiliation. 1964, defeats Sonny Liston and becomes world heavyweight champion at 22. Shocks the world not just with skill, but with confidence and voice. 1964, announces conversion to Islam and changes name to Muhammad Ali. Rejects his slave name, aligning identity with faith, pride, and rebellion. 1965, fights Liston again, knocking him out in one round. His dominance grows, but so does controversy around his beliefs and bravado. 1966, officially refuses military induction, citing religious and moral grounds. Begins his most defining fight not in the ring, but against the state. 1967, convicted of draft evasion, stripped of his titles, and banned from boxing. Loses fame, fortune, and prime athletic years, but not his resolve. 1967 to 70, spends over 3 years out of the ring, speaking at colleges and mosques. Transforms into a thinker, activist, and symbol of civil resistance. 1971, U.S. Supreme Court overturns his conviction. Vindicated legally, but morally elevated in the eyes of many. 1971, returns to the ring and fights Joe Frazier in the fight of the century. Reclaims voice and presence, becoming more than an athlete, a global icon. 1974, defeats George Foreman in the Rumble in the Jungle. Outsmarts and outlasts the odds, redefining greatness with grace under pressure. 1975, wins the brutal Thrilla in Manila rematch against Frazier. Shows both physical and spiritual endurance victory at great personal cost. 1978, loses to Leon Spinks, then regains the title 7 months later. Becomes the first 3-time heavyweight champion defying age and doubt. 1979, meets with Nelson Mandela in Zambia during Mandela's imprisonment. Affirms his role as a global symbol of black pride and resistance to oppression. 1981, retires from boxing after a 21-year career. Steps away with legacy sealed not just as champion, but as symbol of resistance. 1984, diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. Begins a new chapter of quiet dignity, courage, and public service. 1985, travels to Lebanon to negotiate for American hostages. Uses his name not for profit, but for peace. 1996, lights the Olympic torch in Atlanta. The world sees him not as a rebel, but as a hero history begins to embrace him. 2002, visits Ground Zero after 9/11 and speaks out against Islamophobia. Stands as a Muslim voice for peace, dignity, and national healing. 2005, receives the Presidential Medal of Freedom, honored by the same country that once rejected him. 2016, passes away at 74. Leaves behind not just a record, but a revolution in sport, race, faith, and voice.
The algorithm is pushing us into a rat race, but with wisdom, we seek an escape. Here at House of Wisdom, we delve into topics that challenge conventional narratives. That's why our channel is dedicated to uncovering the true context of history, piecing together fragments to reveal a more accurate and inclusive story. Understanding history is crucial. It shapes our identity, informs our decisions, and helps us learn from past mistakes. By uncovering the true stories of our ancestors, we can better appreciate the diverse tapestry of human experience and build a more informed and empathetic world. Our goal is to bring you well-researched and engaging content that sheds light on the true stories. But we can't do it alone. We need your support. Please subscribe, like, and share. While most of our timeline is trying to brain drain, let's focus on brain gain.